So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world. And welcome to another album review of A Shield Doing the Couch. And today we have an EP review because it's not a full album, and I'll discuss that later in the video. So, we're going to talk about a brand new band that just released an EP last Friday, the 21st, and they're called Memorydrip. And as you can see, I love this album cover because it really represents the sound of these 7 songs. So this is a band that has grunge elements. They have some shoegaze elements and post-hardcore. And they mix it all together very well to make a very cohesive sound. I really enjoyed every song on this EP. And it's a band that is it's like, if you think about it, it's like a kind of a super group because it has members of different bands. So I was reading from the band because I didn't know, and then I knew that some people from some other bands were. So Memorydrip, what they're trying to do with this EP is like they're saying that I'm gonna read from their website. Not much is guaranteed in life, but one thing is certain: every one of us will encounter circumstances that brings us to our knees. How we react in these situations will define us, moving forward into the next phase of our existence. So this self EP is a meditation. There's like a meditation to it and an acceptance of affirmation of hope. And this is the sound of the album. There's some really dreamy, like beautiful melodies here and songs, but there's some abrasive stuff to it. So I think that's what they're trying to do, is like the abrasive type of abrasive things in life coming, like hitting with the beautiful things in life. And the group started when the COVID-19 pandemic was in full effect in the lockdown. And the vocalist, David Marion, he's from a band called Fear Before the March of Flames, reached out to guitarist Marshall Gallagher from Teenage Wrist. And this is Teenage Wrist. I have their last album. They're a great band. And then they sent some music and they decided on making a project. And then they got the drummer from Caspian, Justin Forrest, to just, get together and do this EP. So they did that through the lockdown. And I can say that, it's a great EP. All the songs are good. So let's talk a little bit about the tracks, shall we? So the album starts with a song like Self-Aware, and Self-Aware has some really, it's more grungy, post-hardcore tune. The guitar here are very much distorted, and the vocals are very reminiscent of a lot of bands from the 90s. I think it's a great album opener. Then it goes into the second track, Good For It. And Good For It has more of that abrasive sound with some screaming mixed in with the more like shoegazy, grungy type of vocal delivery. What I like about Good For It is that the part where it's really abrasive, they really go for it. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of like the Kwai no Yokan Deftones, where it has like the beautiful side with the more abrasive vocals, but it works really well. But my favorite track on the EP, sorry, is the third track, which is called Flowers. And Flowers is just a beautiful track. It starts with this like guitar melody that keeps on floating, and it feels like a warm embrace, like a blanket that you put over yourself, and you say, hey, everything is gonna be just fine. And that's what the track does. And the vocals here are really spacey, like really dreamlike, like a lullaby, if you will. And something that I think this song has, something that I really love about it, is the lyrics. So they talk about like, we're flowers in bloom. We pick them knowing that they die. With me, I'm all or nothing. The pain reminds me we are alive. Maybe I never loved myself enough to even try. Please keep me honest. I want to make a promise to myself. And so it keeps on going. This song is all about like, flowers are beautiful, but they die. So it's like looking at the beauty of life, but how life is fragile and we die. So it's a really beautiful track, and the flowy guitar really reminds me of Siamese Dream type tone of Smashing Pumpkins. So I think that's why I really love this track. But you have other great tracks like Teacher Nurse is more reminiscent of Teenage Wrist, which one of the members is in. So it has like that type of vibe. But then you have a song called Elsewhere that is divided into two parts, Elsewhere Part 1 and Elsewhere Part 2. So Elsewhere Part 1 is more dreamy, more like subtle, more spacey, and more quiet. Sometimes the vocals there are so quiet that they're like a whisper sometimes. But then on Part 2, it explodes, and it's the more abrasive part of that sound. And it's just they both are great tracks. And then they finish with a song like One Piece Puzzle. And One Piece Puzzle has a little bit of everything, has some fuzzy guitars, has some dream-like vocals, and some more aggression to it. And it ends this EP on a high note. So what would I say are the, like, maybe the bad things? I don't think there's anything bad about this EP. It's 25 minutes, but for the love of God, if you'd have put like one more song with 5 minutes, this would have been an album. Like, I just wanted a little bit more, like, but you know, they did this while on lockdown, and it's a new band, but I really love the sound of Memory Drip. I think if you like grunge, post-hardcore, and shoegaze, you will enjoy this. This is a solid debut EP, and I think everything flows very well together, and there's a beauty and an aggression to this album that they really mix it well and makes it worthwhile. So if you haven't heard of Memory Drip, I suggest you listen to this EP and you let me know what tracks you enjoyed. Are you enjoying these type of bands that are bringing this more of like retro vibe sound to the mix in 2023? And if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like and do not forget to subscribe. I have more content on the way. So until next time, this is Hector, the Shield on a Couch, and I'll see you right here on the couch. Thank you, and as always, good night.